Hi, my name is Deborah Henney. I'm a wife, author, mother, speaker. Today I'm going to release a prophetic word entitled Put Saul Behind. And I got this word back at the end of March in 2024, around the 27th, 28th of March. And what I felt the Lord say is that for too long he has contended with a spirit of Saul in his house, a spirit that seeks its own name and fame and seeks to honor him, but in their way, not his. The spirit of Saul has sought to squelch and turn out those who truly honor him, whose honor is driven by deep passion for him. For the purity of their service has arisen in his eyes and in the eyes of others, and as he raises up these new voices, it will surely cause a tumult and a transition. He is removing the spirit of Saul, and in its place, he is placing those whose hearts have been trained with genuine humility, honor, those whose posture is service and worship, those whose trust is wholly in him. Some operate in the spirit of Saul out of wounds. For these, he says, come and find healing in his truth and overcoming power in his grace. Some operate in the spirit of Saul in hardness of heart, seeking personal gain and power. And for these, he says, turn from your ways, for in the end they lead to destruction. Rend your heart before him so he can wash over it with his spirit to cleanse you and make you new. If those who have embraced the spirit of Saul will turn from their ways and embrace his ways, great rejoicing and blessing will follow, for these carry gifts from his heart. Gifts he intended to be shared with others for blessing, edification, and growth. Bountiful blessing will follow those who turn away from Saul's ways to embrace his ways. Fruitful labor and expansion and peace. However, if stiff necks and hard hearts remain, full of false humility and pretenses, there will be removals and replacements. For the movement he is bringing in this time is unprecedented and calls for a great purity in heart in the front and in the back. And that's like the people who are up front and visible, and the people in the back that are supporting even though they're not in the public light. So great purity in heart in the front and in the back. Purity in heart, not perfection, is what he is seeking. Those whose hearts that are humble before him and supple in his hands. Those who seek his vision and who will carry it forth according to his charge. He is seeking those who will seek him first above all else. And in seeking him will seek to love what he loves and hate what he hates. Excellence in character is a sweet aroma to him, as is bold faith laden with grace. Grace is key in this time of transition. The turbulence created by Saul would seek to make his genuine servants fall out of step with his grace. But for those who genuinely seek him, he will use the turbulence to fashion graciousness in their lives more powerful and beautiful than each one could have imagined. He has spoken grace, for it is powerful to move mountains and level them into plains. And I have a note here of see Zechariah 4:7. Breathe deeply of his grace, for this will surely separate the true servants from the Sauls. Allow him to work deeply gracious character in speech, in posture, and in deed. The deeper the work, the greater the impact. He will raise up those who have submitted and surrendered completely, those whose faith has endured, those whose obedience is unwavering, those whose grace goes deep, those whose hearts have been rendered and found pure. This is a time of great cleansing, of radical purification in all levels and in all spheres. This is a call to deep intercession, as the work is deep and the reach is wide. This is a time of rendering before him, but also a time of celebration, as he will surely answer with a great move of his spirit, taking out strongholds and setting captives free. So raise your voices and give a great shout, a shout of travail, a shout of victory, a shout of celebration, as this season of purification and transition moves forth swiftly and with great power. Whew. Wow. Yeah, and I've been feeling this so heavily in my spirit lately. This turbulence and the transition as he's removing Saul, and it's something for each one of us to take before the Lord and to seek our own hearts. If maybe there's an area in our hearts where we're aligning more with the spirit of Saul rather than the Holy Spirit. Whether it's from flesh-driven, stiff-necked, or whether it is out of a wound. It's just something for us to each take before the Lord, seek the Lord, see, God, where can I align more greatly with your spirit and your way? To continue to train our hearts in humility and grace. God said grace is key in this time, and purity of heart, that there's like a testing in the transition, and even within the turbulence, a testing of our hearts to bring a greater purity. And there's a rendering of our hearts in this time that God is using to prepare for the next season that he's bringing us into. So, till next time.